Hey guys, so we've had lots of discussion about cameras recently, and a few people have mentioned Bic camera, suggested we go and check them out. So the nearest one from where we live was about an hour away, off in the city. So we went and checked this one out, and it was huge, as you can see. And even though they're still called Bic cameras, obviously cameras isn't just all they do. As with the other places we mentioned previously, their mobile phone section was massive, but as a couple of other people suggested, their camera section was actually bigger than the electrical stores that we'd been to. So they did have a bit more of a range. But what we found is pretty much what we've found already, because most people are using their smartphones as cameras. The cameras that are available are sort of either really seriously big with huge lenses for the real serious photographers, or sort of novelty cameras or waterproof cameras. There's that Canon again, the PowerShot. So we'd actually narrowed it down to that Canon PowerShot or that Sony, what was it, the A1000 or something, based on the information that we found and the information that you guys have given us and general discussion from people who have those cameras. Have a look at these lenses. So obviously the serious photographers are interested in that sort of stuff. And we do see people with lenses like that. We've actually seen people with lenses like that at the kindergarten sports day, which was pretty amazing. Taking some very serious photos with the big lenses. So you're pretty expensive, pretty heavy. Anything that did 4K was, most of them was pretty expensive and pretty big and heavy. Just too big and bulky for us, you know. We sort of want camera that we can carry with us all the time, pretty much. And they're all too big for that. So nobody seems to have that Sony 1000, the A1000. Nobody seems to have it. They have bigger ones and smaller ones, but no one seems to have that one, which is a bit of a shame because that seemed to be fairly compatible with the other ones that we'd be looking at. But anyway, so you guys were right. You guys who said Bic camera will have more cameras, you were right. They do have a lot more. But we would guess not as many as they would have had in the old days before smartphones came along and took that market. GoPro, we're still thinking about this. We've heard reports from both sides. We've had people tell us that they've had GoPros and they keep overheating and they're useless. We've had other people say if you change the bit rate down to a lower bit rate, they don't overheat and they're not too bad. So we're still in two minds about the GoPro. Oh, here's the vlog cam again. You can be a cool vlogger if you buy this camera, apparently. So it's just a little bit too big and a little bit too expensive. So we're just not really keen on it. Just a bit too bulky to carry around all the time and just a little bit too expensive. So, nah. Leave that one for the vloggers. The vloggers can have that one. Little drone there. All sorts of accessories. Lots of accessories. So, tripods and things. We have a tiny little tripod that we use sometimes, but again, we can't really lug around a big thing like that, you know. We lug around a family with us, so we don't sort of have spare hands to carry big things like that. So yeah, $1,200 for these. What's that? $760 about. Seems like they have the lenses exposed all the time. That seems a bit dodgy, maybe. So yeah, that's pretty much what they had. It was worth checking them out just to see what they had, you know. Oh, here's the Instamatics. Really, real boom about these things at the moment. This is very retro, isn't it? Instamatic cameras. So you take the photo and it prints out the photograph. Prints out the print. So it's a bit of a fad at the moment, apparently. Interesting, and isn't that retro? We've gone from photos to digital to back to photos again. So yeah, quite the boom. Everywhere we went, we've seen those. So guys, some of you will be really pleased to hear we finally made a decision and we bought that one. Not from here, we actually bought it from another electrical store that's closer to home, just in case we need to take it back. Still trying to work it out as this video is being made, still trying to work it out, still trying to work out how to get it to connect to the computer without Wi-Fi. So we've got a lead and we plugged it in, but the computer doesn't recognize it. So, and it's way more technical than I thought it would be. So a little bit overwhelmed by that thing at the moment, but that's the one we got, and still thinking about the GoPro. So anyway, that's where it is at the moment. More videos coming soon.